and welcome to Love. What am I saying? Love is Patient. That was my old channel. To Dark Skin Tarot. Receive this deck. So I received another new deck, which I'm going to preview after this one, as well as a, I don't know if I should call it like a tarot book, but I'm going to show you two books that I have. But we'll talk about that later. So this is the Awaken Tarot. So I'm very excited to unbox it and review it with you. So let's go like this. Okay. I hope that you're doing well. Okay. Quality stuff here. Okay, so Awaken Tarot. And it says that we created the Awaken Tarot deck by consciously staying true to the original tradition and symbolism of the RWS deck. To make it more relatable, our modernized characters celebrate the uniqueness and diversity of the world we live in today. May the Awaken Tarot be an empowering tool that inspires you to pay attention to life by staying present in the now. Oh, that's interesting that this would come with the other book that I just got, where intuition guides your journey through life. Excuse me. We believe in you and we wish you every success in all areas of your life. Okay. Somebody gave me a thumbs up already? How's that possible? Look, whoever you are, I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. So what do we have in here? Oh, I love an extra card. I like to use all the cards that I get in a deck, by the way. And so sometimes I will incorporate a card that they provide, and I will use this as a card where I don't get to go further, right? I learned to do that through this Kabbalah deck that I have, because sometimes we're not meant to know. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's not very good glue. That's not good. Unless it's supposed to do that. And if it's supposed to do that, then they need to finish in here. All right, well, let us carry on. Congratulations on taking steps towards a more fulfilling future, and welcome to living life deliberately. I pride myself on making beautiful products paired with meaningful content that will equip you to be at your very best. Wishing you every success in all areas of your life. I believe in you. Thanks, Sally. All right. It comes with the deck of cards. It comes with the guidebook. And what drew me to this was the fact that it is modern. I do like that because I feel that it'll show a lot of imagery that we can really connect with, because I think it's important that you connect with your deck, right? Three things, actually. The way in which you connect with the deck, the art has to speak to you, and the meanings. I like meanings that are riveting, right? I don't want shallow, very obvious. That's why I have so many decks. Like if we look, if we were to look here right now, this isn't even like half, but you can see, oh, it's telling me I have to rotate it back. But you can see that I've got quite a few decks here so that I don't have to keep getting up all the time. Nonetheless, is it going to continue to record? Uh-oh. Okay. So we have this deck here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick peek at the book. I hope it's recording because it's giving me a funny message here. Okay. So, Awaken Guidebook. Oh, and it's nice. They have all the cards in color. I do like that. I like that. Okay, so clearly this is the Nine of Pentacles here. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. And so they give you the foreword, the introduction, the tarot deck, tarot spreads, tarot readings, major, minor arcana, and acknowledgements. Okay? So They talk about here the minor arcana and the elements and what the elements are associated with which suit. They talk about the court cards, which is nice. They talk about numerology here. Different ways to interpret the card. They're providing a number of spreads here. This is clearly the moon card. And telling you how to go about doing tarot readings. They list the major arcanas for you in case you're new, or I guess sometimes you forget, right? And then they dedicate a page to each of the major arcana, it would look like. And then when you get into the minor arcana, then they do put several of them on one page. Okay, and so let's see here. When I look at this, I don't see that they have any reversal readings. And so what I found in my experience is that sometimes the reversal, you can interpret to mean exactly the opposite of what the card is saying, but sometimes that's not always the case, to be truthful with you. So this is essentially the book. You know, it's a nice little book. And as I'm going through this deck, if a card hits me, strikes me, I'm going to refer to the meaning and give you a few examples as to what it is. Okay. All right, we're going to continue. So the first card is, let me make sure I've got it in good frame for you. The first card is the Fool. So they have their satchel, a white rose in their hand, a dog by their side. We've seen this before. Oh, it would probably help if I took it out of the packaging there. Okay, so that's the Fool. This is Magician. I love her because she looks like me. She looks like me. I already like the diversity right here. Good. All right, because we are magical. All right, and then they've got the High Priestess. Oh, she has a sweet face. I like that. And she's an older lady too, right? So there's some really good representation already. Then there's the Empress, the Emperor, the Hierophant, the Lovers, oh, you have two sets of Lovers. I gotta say something here because this is Dark Skin Tarot. First of all, I don't know of many decks, quite honestly, where I see the Lovers as two brown people. We don't see that. And then I love that they also have a dark skinned woman with a lighter shade of man. I do, because we need to start considering others than just one thing. But I'll move on. But I really do like this card, and you see how he is looking at her and she is looking at like the angel, God, spirit, divine. That's beautiful. And this to me is such a reinforcement of the fact that, you know, men or the masculine energy work from their lower chakras, right? So their root, their sacral, their solar plexus. I'm really thinking sacral because he's looking at her because he is enchanted by her, whereas she's focusing on the spiritual, which is her heart, her throat chakra, her crown, her third eye. That's how she's communicating. But what's beautiful about this is that there's a balance, right? There's a balance. That hot and cold is what I'm getting when I see this angel. And what came to my mind was that cooler heads prevail, right? Because if you run through your passions or by your passions, that's normally your lower region. But there's a beautiful balance as to the flame, or the blue amber and the orangey red amber that you see when they talk about twin flames. I thought that's really nice. And I just love the option. I love the option. That's great. All right, we've got the Chariot. When I see this, I don't remember because I don't have the deck here. But there's a deck where The Chariot is a lady on a motorcycle as well. I don't have it, but I like it. But I don't like the cardstock in that deck. Okay, so this is Strength. Makes perfect sense to me. Makes perfect sense to me. This is the Hermit. Okay. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. The Hanged Man. Oh, wait a second. Okay, it's not gilded. It is not gilded, but there is some kind of foil in the writing, if you can see just that shimmer there. It would have been nice if it was gilded. Huh. Okay. Death. And then you see the faces here with the Santa Muerte, right? Can you see that? I hope it's clear. The Santa Muerte. And we've got Temperance. We've got the Devil. The Tower. I don't know if you know this, but in traditional tarot, the Tower is supposed to mean that you've let your sexual passions overtake and corrupt you. And that's why the Tower occurs. Then there's the Star. The Moon. That's Sun. I like that. The little kids on a rocking horse. Makes complete sense. That's really sweet. Then we have Judgment. Second chance, renewal, grace, mercy, forgiveness. Do better, know better. Know better, do better. Then we've got the World. So that's it for the major arcana in this deck. And then we're going to get into the minor. Okay. All right. So we've got the Ace of Wands, the Two of Wands, ooh, and I just see the three little boats down here, and the thing that I heard here was that ship has sailed, right? Like this is behind you, and this is what you're looking forward to. I love that. That ship has sailed. This is great. Look at the Four of Wands. They're graduating. Like that makes sense to me, right? You're outside of, you know, the university or the college, and your family is there, or some of the officials are there. That's wonderful. This is the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Ten of Wands. I will say that I do feel that they actually did keep it very traditional. Just hold on. I want to get the deck that I'm referring to that comes to mind when I see that. 1 second. Here it is. I couldn't remember the title. But this is it here. The Modern Witch. So this art reminds me of that deck. And that's why I was making mention of the person on the motorcycle and whatnot. So this is the Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands, police officer. Get that. Listen, not always thinking things through. Impulsive, on guard, in action. That makes sense. Passionate. This is the Queen of Wands. The King of Wands. The Ace of Cups. I feel like these are going to shuffle fairly nicely. The Two of Cups. The Three of Cups. The Four of Cups. The Five of Cups. Six of Cups. And to me, that's interesting because I don't remember seeing a card where there was anyone else, at least in my decks, where there was anyone else on the Six of Cups. And here you see that I would say this is the frame of an old man. So I'm just going to take a peek in the book and see if they see, or if they say anything about it. It says, so you have reached a point of harmony and balance. Take a moment to remember your childhood's happy times and let go of any anger or resentment you may be holding onto from the past. It's time to forgive and forget so you can move forward with a lighter heart. I actually like that. Now I understand why the old man is there, right? Because that's your past. And it's not even that this is the present thing. This is like whatever went on here, don't carry it into the rest of your life, like as you're aging, growing. That's a nice meaning. That's really nice. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. 10 of Cups. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. I love that. I love that they have him there. I do. That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. There's the Queen of Cups. The King of Cups. Ace of Swords. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Four of Swords. Something about this child and the woman out here. And him laying down, resting. Five of Swords. No, I need to go back to this card. No. Four of Swords. What does this say? Let us see. So it says here for the Four of Swords, you may be pushing yourself too hard lately and need a break. Take your foot off the pedal and catch your breath. Relax, recharge, refocus. Once you've taken some time off to rejuvenate, you'll be able to face your life's challenges with a fresh perspective. You know, when I saw that, I immediately thought of, you know, perhaps a mom who is raising her children on her own. The father is either inactive, unavailable, he's passed, he's away in service. Yeah, so I'm actually glad that I peeked it on that card because it was just giving me, you know, a bit of broken family vibes, the way that it's presented here, right? This is Five of Swords. Six of Swords. Seven of Swords. Well, I don't like that. When it feels to me, oh, this guy's in a suit, he's near the home, because I'm a realtor. So when I see this, I'm just like, gosh, like, this guy looks untrustworthy, and I don't like that. I don't like, I don't like that. There's the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, do you see that? I know sometimes in the cards they'll show it, but at the side of the bed there's normally carved like your thoughts are taking you down, they're holding you captive, like this is a losing battle, if you see that there. And there's no comfort afforded to you whatsoever. None. None. Then there's the Ten of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Oh, okay. You know what? The first thing when I saw this, I thought doctor. I'm sure it's a doctor. Like, I just thought a doctor rushing in, knowledge, information, making quick decisions, having a wealth of knowledge and wisdom at their fingertips, or at least tapped into that. Taking swift, immediate, corrective action. That's what I got from this. Let's see what the book has to say. So Knight of Swords. So it says here, the knight keeps moving forward no matter what gets in his way. He's always ready for action, but he may take risks without considering the consequences. If this is you, you might be too focused on the goal to see potential danger. The key is to find the balance between taking risks and protecting yourself. It's Queen of Swords. It's a King of Swords. You know what I'm noticing? That's really nice, actually. Like, this is a couple. Like, I just now notice that they're ethnically paired. I did not catch that before as I went through this. King of Wands, Queen of Wands. Yeah, I suppose. He looks like that guy in How to Get Away with Murder. That was her right-hand person. And then what do we have here? We have the King and the Queen. Yeah, okay. I didn't notice that. Then you've got your Ace of Cups, walking through a new portal. What did I just say? Ace of Cups? Sorry, I meant to say Ace of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. And King of Pentacles. All right. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do something quick. I'm going to, let's see how these, like, it's a new deck, but it's not bad. It's actually not bad. Let's see. It's not bad. Okay. So I'm going to do just a mini reading with these cards. I'm just going to make up something and whatever comes out, comes out. Okay. So So what is the force that might be guiding the viewers today? I think this is a bit too close now that we're doing a reading. Well, we're not doing a reading, but... All right, so we have the major arcana in this deck. I want to take off the flash. Okay. All right. Can you tell me what is the energy? Look at that. Isn't that funny how that broke? I'm not gonna read into that. I'm not gonna read into that. Okay. What is the major arcana energy that's most prominent right now? It's Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And what is this Wheel of Fortune looking after? But before I do that, I promised that I would read some of these to you so that you can see if you like the meaning. So the Wheel of Fortune here says the wheel that reinforces life's cyclical nature. It represents life's ever-changing cycles. We're always in the midst of change, never experiencing any moment for longer than it lasts. This wheel reminds you that change is inevitable and that you must learn to roll with the punches. Understanding that the natural ebb and flow of life, you can better weather the storms when they come. By focusing on what you can control, you let go of what is outside your control. No matter what life throws at you, always know that things can take a turn for the better. Remember to be grateful for what you have and know that even the darkest night will eventually end and give way to a new day. Stay optimistic and keep fighting until you achieve your goal. Everything passes eventually, so never give up hope. Things will get better. Okay. So there's a shift that's going on. Right now, the current energy is being overseen by the Wheel of Fortune, the change of life. You know, the wheel is supposed to be, you know, they say unpredictable. They call it karma. They call it luck. I believe sometimes you can bring in your own justice. You can actually force the wheel based on the choices that you make, based on your manifestation, your mindset, right? What are you implementing? What are you removing? What habits do you have? Because you're a co-creator. You're not just a pawn that's here. You're a co-creator. You get into the alignment with God and you communicate. You receive those downloads in your crown. You take the time for it to pass through your third eye, through your throat chakra. You don't have to voice everything that you get, and you let it sit in your heart. And that's where the work happens. And then you're able to communicate it, see situations with your third eye, and continue to have that open channel with God. Anyway, let's talk about the Wheel of Fortune and what's happening. Can I please have a card to see what the Wheel of Fortune is governing right now? What is the Wheel of Fortune governing? Oh, there it is. Oh, there's two. Is there two? Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. So right now you might be in a bit of a financial difficulty because you're going from the page to the knight. You could be having some kind of, you know, maybe you're behind on your bills. Listen, they say out there, I got to say they say because I don't watch the news, but I do hear stuff. They say that there's a recession. They say that people are going through difficulty. I'm not going to say that they're not. I'm just going to say that I guard my mind. I don't really allow a lot of outside influences, and I'm saying that because I don't want to be insensitive in case somebody's watching and they are having difficulty. Because my mindset is that might be the case, but that's the case for them. That's my attitude, right? So just because that's my attitude doesn't mean it's yours. But what I am saying is that the wheel is changing and you're going from perhaps having something small and not knowing what to do with it, to taking some time to invest wisely. Perhaps you're getting an inheritance. Perhaps there's a small raise or a bonus that you've received, or it will be coming in, right? Maybe you've picked up a new client. If you're an entrepreneur, you work for yourself, you're a freelance artist, right? But your finances, and when I see finances, like I am immediately thinking money, but I know very well that it could be an internal wealth, right? And so I would like to see that there's some kind of shift, or at least an inclusion of wealth, not just being the assets that you have. You know, I have this box, I have this X-Acto knife, I have these cards, but your character, the quality of who you are, your authenticity. I say this because right now I'm reaching out to my previous contacts and clients because I am excellent at what I do. However, I'm a deep person, right? And so when I stay in contact with people, I'm not interested in shallow, empty conversations. That's something that I have to work on. And it's my goal to improve my relationships. So my friends, my family, that's tight, right? But it's more so being in fairly consistent contact and communication with other people that wouldn't regularly be in my realm. And so that's going to be a challenge for me. But I know that there's growth there, right? I know that if I say I'm going to do something, for the most part, with the exception of not coming back to do the readings, because I said I was going to do it like last week, but I was totally zonked and it was a long weekend. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it this weekend. So if you're watching or you hear this, I'm probably going to do some free readings this weekend. And it's first come, first serve. And when I'm tired, I have to go. And that will just be it. Okay? So, and again, I said in my earlier video that I do this because when I need to protect my energy. And I also need to have, I have to honor myself. I have to honor how I'm feeling. I have to honor my energy levels. I have to honor my commitments. I have to honor my free time and my self-care, right? So when you see me doing it and I have to shut down, that's, you know, to help you perhaps learn or show you an example as to how you can potentially do it in your own life as well, okay? So what would I say about this deck? I mean, I do like it. It is true that it really does stick to the Rider-Waite presentation of the card. There were a few things in here that I found a nice surprise to see the, what is the proper term? I hate calling Native people Aboriginal. I hate calling anybody Aboriginal because it makes it sound as if they just came from some primordial soup. So I don't like that term. I don't know if I should be saying Native, but you know what I'm saying. So when they had the police officer on the horse and when they had the man of Native descent on the horse, I thought that was a really nice touch to make it more modern, to make it something that you can communicate with and connect with easily. The colors are nice. The cards feel nice. I do like the gold foil that they have here. I do like that they have some kind of, you know, couple pairing. As I said, I love the Lovers card because it really, we never see it. Like, we are always shown one set of thing all the time, and it gets tiring and boring, and it's not really, yeah. So here's that card. It's gorgeous. And when I see this cup, it automatically touched me feeling that there's a love for the land, right? There's a love for the land. This is I guess maybe extra touching because here in Canada, which is where I am, we have, I believe it's called Day of the Child, or the Children. This guy, for some reason, whenever I saw it, it immediately reminded me of like a skinny Drake. I don't know why. Because they did find a lot of Aboriginal children murdered under provincial schools simply because they thought that they were better than the people who were on the land. There's the one with the police officer. I like that one too. And this one with the graduation. I like that, right? They thought that they were better than them. And so they wanted them to learn their custom, their ways. And I love that. I love that they put that in there. They wanted them to learn their customs, their ways, and thought that they were honestly lower than low because they had their own language and communicated with the earth in their own way. Like, I have no tolerance for that. Honestly, in this one here, I don't really like it because it reminds me of a horse jockey and how sometimes people would have people that look just like this as a statue outside their door. I remember I was showcasing a home. I was taking some clients who were interested in buying, and these people had a whole bunch, oh my God, of like artifacts of like dark-skinned people who were like enslaved. Like, let me put it that way. That, you know, and I was just like, guys, I can't do this house. Like, I'm not going to help this person, you know, proceed. And they were turned off as well. But nonetheless, Queen and okay. But yeah, it's not a bad deck. It's not a bad deck. I am going to play with it a bit more, and I'm going to be doing some readings with it. And because the readings are fairly traditional, I don't think it would be difficult to decipher, because I got a lot of decks here, as I showed you, and they have their own meaning. So sometimes I, you know, am inspired to just go off my own intuition, and other times you really do need to lean on the book. But overall, it's a nice deck. The cards are a nice stock. It's I don't want to say waxy, but it does have a nice feel to it. It shuffles nicely. Let's see. And my hands are, oh, yes. Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is nice. Oh, I love it. I love it. That was a nice shuffle. That was a nice shuffle. Ooh. One more time. One more time. Oh yeah, that was nice. Come on, see that? Ooh. All right. All right, so I'm going to shut this down, and I've got another deck that I'm going to bring you. Bye.